Hi, I'm Lee Rudd, and this is David Wolf, and we are going to talk today about modern trends, the state of the fashion industry now, and how it was different from 1968 and the 70s. And I'm going to start by asking you, David, what's going on?
Well, it's interesting that it's so different to the way it was in 1968 and 1970, but the trends are 1968 and 1970 again and again and again. I think that's understandable because fashion should be exciting. And the most exciting time in fashion was the late 60s, early 70s. So it's kind of natural for designers to be looking over their shoulder repeatedly. It just isn't very groundbreaking or new because we've seen flared jeans before.
Yes.
However, we have a totally new generation of young people who have not studied social or fashion history very carefully. So all of this stuff looks brand new to them, and it looks as exciting to them as it did to us when it really was absolutely new.
Right.
Trends today are supposedly moving faster and faster, but they're going nowhere because they're repeating themselves. For example, leopard has been the number one print for at least 6 or 7 seasons in a row. So how can you say, well, leopard is a hot trend? It's just a given.
Yeah.
And I think the most exciting things going on in terms of fashion trends right now are not coming from design. They're not coming from color, for example. Most color forecasting companies today offer at least 100 colors a season. Now, who on earth needs 100 colors? Obviously,
And there's no
nobody.
point of view.
There's no point of view. But what happens is that the color companies then offer a consultancy, so they have a meeting with you and they pick out the colors that would be right for you from the 100 colors you have bought.
It's like going to a psychic, like pass my palm with another $1,000 and we'll tell you what the real
how long your
colors.
lifeline it really is.
Right.
And there isn't the peer pressure to conform. Most of the interesting trends are coming from society or showbiz, or the fact that Caitlyn Jenner has come along at the same time that the fashion industry is promoting androgynous unisex clothing is interesting. And I think that's the kind of trend thinking that you and I did back in the day.
Right.
And so I think that's valid, but it isn't being presented in such a concise, edited point of view premise.
Right. I mean, it sounds as if it's not as organized, that, okay, fine, androgynous, but it's a little vague.
Yes.